In the last practice set that I played against my nemesis that I've been training with once per week, I took a 4-0 lead and then I gave it all away and he came back to 4-4. And so today I want to unpack why that happened for me personally, but also look at kind of a 30,000 foot view and talk about the top 3 reasons why we do give away leads and what we can do about it specifically. So I'll show you some points while I talk through this because the points are definitely more interesting to look at than my face. So here's what this match looked like. I don't know how many of these points we'll get through, but I'll just go ahead and play every point here. This is not highlights. You can see the score is 0-0. So number 1 reason why we have these big momentum swings back and forth is you're not a machine. You're not a robot. I'm not either. And tennis is hard. It's totally natural to have ups and downs over 30 minutes or 60 minutes or 90 minutes of play. So I just want you to remind yourself, and I'm always working on reminding myself because I'm very competitive and I tend to be hard on myself kind of naturally, just based on my psychology. It's completely irrational to think that you're going to be able to perfectly maintain your output. And even if your expectation is like, okay, maybe I'll play like a 7 out of 10 today, you're not going to stay at a 7 out of 10 for 60 minutes or 90 minutes. There are going to be natural ups and downs. So that's reason number 1 why we tend to have these seesaw kind of experiences back and forth. Reason number 2 is when one player goes up by a lot. Like when I'm up 4-0, and let me tell you, literally, I'm thinking about the bagel, right? Frankly, when I broke the first time and I went up 2-0, I'm already in the back of my mind. The bagel is like popping up in my mind. And I'm feeling great. I'm timing the ball well. I'm feeling strong, really for the first time since I've kind of started coming back and playing and training again. So it's human nature to be like, awesome, I'm going to just smoke this guy. I haven't taken a set off him before. This is going to be the day. And so what happens then? It's human nature to kind of relax, smell the roses a little bit, enjoy the moment, and then we, whether we think about it or not, kind of subconsciously start to take our foot off the gas. Meanwhile, our opponent is probably going to be at peak intensity because they're getting backed into the corner. They feel the pressure. They don't want to get bageled. If they're competitive at all, now they're going to be at maximum focus and peak intensity. And so the combination of those two things, you taking your foot off the gas and your opponent basically like getting backed into a corner like a wild animal, of course they're going to fight and they're going to try to get themselves out of that bad situation. So there tends to be this like seesaw like effect that goes back and forth where one player like has the momentum and they're like, sweet, this is awesome. The other player is like in fight or flight and then it shifts. And then the fight or flight player is like, oh, sweet, awesome, I made the comeback. They relax a little bit, and their opponent is like, oh, this is BS. I'm gonna claw my way back. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make the comeback. And they like double down on their intensity and their focus and their effort, right? So I'm gonna give you the solution to that in a second. That's number 2. Number 3, conditioning is huge at every level, but in particular as you raise the levels, as you raise the level of competition and you go from 3-5 to 4-0, the level of intensity and as a result, the level of conditioning that's required to maintain good quality tennis for 60 minutes or 90 minutes goes up exponentially. When your body gets a little bit shaky, when it gets a little bit fatigued, your timing starts to get off by a little bit, and it doesn't take very much. 5% dip in your physical confidence and how solid your body is, your footwork, your speed, 5% dip, and that can make a huge, huge impact on the quality of tennis, the quality of your timing. It doesn't take very much before a negative snowball starts to roll, and you add on to that the psychology and like the disappointment and the frustration if you tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, and now all of a sudden the momentum has completely shifted. Hasn't happened yet. So I'm okay. This timing is actually working out pretty good. So I'm getting ready to go up 4-0 here. And that's when the momentum starts to shift. So number 1 reason, tennis is hard. You're not a machine. There's going to be natural ups and downs. Then we have this momentum shifting. This is like number 2, kind of the seesaw effect. And then number 3, conditioning is critical. All right, now here's the solution to all 3 of those things, or at least that high level, thought. Number one, you have to practice self-grace and forgiveness. If you feel the momentum shifting and if you feel the errors start to snowball, instead of the reaction, oh no, I'm getting ready to choke. Oh, this is the last time I was up by a lot. I blew it. Instead of all those kind of negative thoughts spiraling out of control, pump the brakes a little bit and instead encourage yourself with a let's go. This is an incredible opportunity to fight back and try to balance out the seesaw as it's tipping back in the other direction. Secondly, practice letting go. In the moment of those errors and frustration, you're gonna make mistakes. And the best competitors are able to roll with it and just move on to the next point. The best competitors have very, very short memory. And it takes practice to get good at that. So that's solution number one, self-grace and forgiveness. Number two, every moment, and I mean this literally, every moment is an opportunity to refocus, reapply yourself, double down on your intensity, double down on the quality of your tactical plan, double down on your effort on the court, and don't allow yourself to get kind of sucked into the current of negativity and like the what if-ism of like, oh crap, what if I blow this lead? This is in a nutshell, the solution to the seesaw tipping like faster and going further in that direction. There's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be challenges, and you have the option, you have the opportunity to continue to refocus on what's important instead of getting taken out of your element by the frustration that the fact that the seesaw is tipping in the other direction. Remember to maintain 80% of your focus on your opponent and only 20% on yourself so that you can problem solve how to get the momentum back in your favor. Also remember to respect your opponent for their fight and their battle. If they're pushing the seesaw back in the other direction, instead of being annoyed by that and angry and almost like taking it like personally, like they're offending you or something, you should expect that. And you should respect the fact that they're fighting and that they're trying to keep you away from the finish line. That's what great competitors do, and you should expect that your opponent brings that level of focus and intensity to your match when they play against you. Don't be offended by it, respect it. And then thirdly, do your work off the court. Do high-intensity interval training. You can do this at home. Download a very simple Tabata workout timer. Tabata just simply means you're doing 20 seconds of full intensity work followed by 10 seconds of rest. This is what tennis is like. Short periods of very high intensity followed by short periods of rest. You can do this with box jumps, with burpees, with double unders, with a speed rope, air squats, push-ups, hill sprints, ladder runs. You can do all that stuff at home. You don't even have to go to a gym. If you do 20 minutes, 30 minutes of Tabata workout following those different movements, very minimal equipment needed, you will get in better tennis-specific shape. Do yoga, improve your flexibility, your mobility, so you minimize the chances of injury. All of these things will help your confidence. They will help your ability to maintain solid athletic response while your opponent pushes back and tries to tilt the seesaw in the other direction. Also, do strength training, high weight for you, relatively low reps. If you're doing more than 10 reps, then you're getting more into the endurance side of things instead of strength and stability. Okay, so it's 3-4 here. My opponent came back and tied it at 4-4. Then, incredibly, I stopped the bleeding. We're not going to have time to go through all the points here. But I'm so proud of myself because at 4-4, after getting broken here in this game, you can see, a little bit of frustration starting to sneak its way in. I broke him to go up 5-4, and then we ran out of time on the court. But man, I would have loved to play it out, see if I could hold and serve it out. Maybe I would have, maybe I wouldn't have. But in the past, by the time I got to 4-4, I would have been so psychologically out of the match. I would have been so hard on myself. I would have been so frustrated. And I'm incredibly proud of myself. Even with very minimal training, this is, I think, the 4th time that I've hit now in the last 18 months. But I'm starting to get some momentum. Those first 4 games felt so confident. They felt so good. And it was just, honestly, just kind of like a very teachable moment to, this is a nice overhead, a very teachable moment to see it all slip away, but also a big confidence booster, honestly, for me to then break and get the momentum back in my direction again and go up 5-4. So I'm really proud of my response and my ability to keep my head on my shoulders here and just keep fighting and battling. You can see, like, this could have easily just slipped away, and I could have easily lost 6 games in a row. And in fact, here I'm gonna finish this out. I'm gonna watch the rest of this with you. I don't remember how I ended up breaking here this last game, but at this point, all the momentum is with my opponent. All right, that helps a lot. Just a kind of a choke on that high volley. My opponent here, by the way, played club tennis for Duke University. He wasn't good enough to play on their men's tennis team, but he did play in their club team, which I'm sure was still super solid. So he played juniors, played tournaments, played on the Duke college team. Now he's coaching full-time at this club, and so he's kind enough to play me once a week, early morning. And it's been a great challenge to try to come back and get competitive against a good player like this again. All right, I think this is going to do it. This is probably going to be the last point. So honestly, like, okay, this is back at the beginning again. Yeah, so that was it. 5-4. Unfortunately, we ran out of time. It would have been really interesting to see if I could have served it out or not. Man, it sure feels good, honestly, to put myself in the middle of these situations again, to challenge myself physically, to challenge myself psychologically, to challenge myself tactically. I'm getting some momentum. And sadly, I'm getting ready to go on vacation with my family. I'm not sad I'm going on vacation with my family, but I really feel like I got some solid physical momentum and some mental momentum going in a positive direction. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a little bit of a break, go on a trip with the family. So I'll be back in a couple weeks. Hopefully, this unpacking of this idea of the momentum shifts back and forth is super helpful to you. Let me know which reminder is most helpful in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Keep up the great work on your game.